Welcome to Scripted by Machines, where imagination knows no bounds, and the impossible becomes reality before your very eyes. Today, we invite you into the heart of darkness, to a battleground where fear itself trembles. This isn't just any contest, this is the Tournament of Enigma, Horror Clash, a place where legends of terror and masters of the macabre come face to face in a showdown that will echo through the annals of time. In one corner, lurking in the damp and shadowy recesses of our deepest nightmares, the embodiment of primal fear and ancient evil, Pennywise the dancing clown. A being that feeds on terror, transforming into the very essence of your darkest fears. In the other, a doll possessed by the soul of a serial killer, Chucky, whose malevolent spirit and murderous rage know no bounds. Two icons of horror, each with their own reign of terror, but today, they face off in an arena where only one can claim victory. Will it be the eldritch entity from the depths of cosmic dread, or the cunning, relentless curse contained within a child's plaything? Prepare yourselves, viewers, for a clash that will challenge the limits of your imagination and test the boundaries of your nightmares. This is Tournament of Enigma, Horror Clash, and it starts now. Let the battle for supremacy begin. In the dead of night, when shadows merge and the world hushes, a figure emerges, clutching the infamous doll known as Chucky. The doll's eyes gleam unnaturally in the moonlight, hinting at the malevolent spirit trapped within. This is no ordinary toy, but a vessel of vengeance, a repository of rage. And tonight, its owner has reached the breaking point. With determined steps, the figure moves through the silent streets, driven by a mix of fear and desperation. The decision has been made, a decision to end the nightmare, to rid themselves of the curse that has invaded their home. The destination is a solitary, unassuming drop curb inlet, a portal to the city's vast, unseen labyrinth below. As they stand over the sewer, the city's ambient noises fade into a hushed anticipation. The owner's hands tremble, not just from the chill of the night but from the weight of the moment. With a final, resolute motion, the doll is thrust into the darkness, tumbling end over end into the open maw of the sewer. As the echo of Chucky's descent into the abyss fades, the darkness of the sewer embraces him. Cast aside, discarded like refuse, the malevolent spirit within the doll stirs with a single, burning purpose, to return to the surface and enact vengeance on the one who dared to throw him away. But this is no ordinary sewer, and Chucky's journey back will not be as straightforward as he imagines. Deep within the bowels of this subterranean labyrinth, where light fears to tread, and the stench of forgotten things hangs heavy in the air, an ominous presence lurks. Pennywise, the ancient, cosmic entity, has sensed an intruder in its domain. With the patience of eons and the curiosity of a predator, it watches from the shadows, amused by the audacity of this new, tiny adversary. Chucky, oblivious to the magnitude of the force he's about to confront, scrambles through the dark, damp corridors, his plastic heart set on revenge. Little does he know, the path he chooses is not his own. Like a puppet on strings, he's being guided, drawn deeper into Pennywise's web. Above ground, the world goes on, unaware of the sinister drama unfolding beneath their feet. In the sewer, two forces of darkness prepare to collide, their meeting predestined by fate or perhaps by something far more malevolent. And there, in the gloom, Pennywise's voice echoes, a whisper that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere, chilling the very air.
Welcome to Derry, Chucky. I've been expecting you.
The eerie silence of the sewer is shattered by Pennywise's haunting welcome, a statement that carries with it an air of inevitability. Chucky, still fueled by rage and a singular desire for revenge, momentarily pauses, sensing an unfamiliar and unsettling presence. The very air around him thickens with anticipation, as shadows seem to dance and whisper along the damp walls.
Pennywise!
Chucky snarls, his voice echoing off the stone, a mix of recognition and defiance in his tone. But the clown, the cosmic entity that predates time itself, merely chuckles, a sound that seems both close and impossibly far, reverberating through the murky depths.
You think you know fear, little doll?
Pennywise's voice morphs, becoming a symphony of every shriek and scream that ever echoed in these forgotten tunnels.
Let's see what truly terrifies a killer trapped in plastic and stuffing.
Suddenly, the sewer transforms. Chucky finds himself not in the dank confines of Derry's underbelly but in a facsimile of the toy factory where he was first imbued with Charles Lee Ray's murderous spirit. The machines are alive, not with the industry of toy making, but with a sinister, pulsing energy. Doll parts move of their own accord, assembling not children's toys but grotesque parodies of Chucky himself, each one a twisted reflection of his own cursed existence. Chucky's confident stride falters. Here, in this twisted mirage, Pennywise confronts him not with brute force but with a stark revelation, the horror of being forever trapped within a cycle of violence and death, never to find rest or redemption. Dolls with his face, his voice, mock him from the assembly line, a cacophony of his own worst aspects thrown back at him.
What's wrong, Chucky? Don't you want to play?
Pennywise teases, his voice now coming from the dolls themselves.
Or are you afraid to face what you've become?
It's not the physical threat that unsettles Chucky but the existential dread of his own nature and fate laid bare. Pennywise, exploiting not a fear of dying but a fear of eternal, unchanging damnation, circles closer, the darkness seeming to pulsate with malevolent joy. Chucky, enraged yet shaken, lashes out, but his attacks slice through the illusions like air, never touching the real threat. Pennywise's laughter echoes, a reminder that in this battle of wills, physical might is meaningless.
You can never escape what you are, Chucky. No matter how many bodies you claim or dolls you inhabit, you will always be a prisoner of your own making.
Pennywise's laughter, a sound as ancient as fear itself, fills the air, echoing off the sewer walls with a chilling resonance. Chucky, fueled by rage and defiance, refuses to back down, despite the realization of his precarious situation. The demonic doll, known for his cunning and brutality, finds himself ensnared in a nightmare from which there is no waking.
Pennywise, this isn't over.
His voice a mixture of anger and desperation. But the entity before him is not just a clown, it's a manifestation of primal terror, an eater of worlds, and it has decided that the game has come to an end.
You're right, little doll. It's not over. It's just beginning. For you.
Its voice morphing into a symphony of the countless souls it has consumed over the millennia. The air around them thickens, the darkness palpable, as if reality itself is warping under the weight of Pennywise's power. Suddenly, the sewer shifts. The walls stretch and contort, the space around Chucky closing in, transforming not into a cage of iron or stone, but something far more terrifying, an endless void. Here, in this limbo of darkness, Chucky finds himself alone, isolated from any reality he's ever known. Pennywise's form looms large, a beacon of fear in a sea of nothingness.
This is your new home, Chucky. A place where you can never harm, never scare, never exist as you once did. A void where you'll be forgotten, your rage impotent, your spirit imprisoned for eternity.
Its voice echoing into infinity. Chucky lashes out, his knife slicing through the darkness, but it's futile. There's nothing to strike, no body to harm, no soul to terrify. He's a murderer without a victim, a curse without a host. Pennywise, in its true form, is beyond physical harm, its essence spread across the darkness that now envelopes Chucky. As Pennywise's form fades, leaving Chucky to his eternal imprisonment, the entity's final words linger in the void.
Fear is not just a feeling, Chucky. It's a place. Welcome to yours.
Above ground, life goes on, oblivious to the fate that has befallen one of horror's most infamous characters. In the sewer below Derry, a silence settles, a testament to Pennywise's victory. Chucky, the doll that housed a killer's soul, is no more, his threat neutralized not through destruction but through an eternal isolation in a realm of fear, tailor-made by the master of terror itself. And so concludes this chapter of the Tournament of Enigma, Horror Clash, a reminder that in the world of shadows and dread, some fates are worse than death. But why did the AI choose Pennywise as the winner? In the aftermath of the intense and harrowing showdown between Chucky and Pennywise in the Tournament of Enigma, Horror Clash, it's pivotal to understand the rationale behind Pennywise emerging as the victor. This outcome, while rooted in the fantastical elements of their respective universes, is also grounded in the inherent characteristics, abilities, and thematic essence of these two iconic figures of horror. According to simulations, Pennywise is the victor 70% of the time. Let's delve into the reasons behind the decision. Pennywise, also known as It, is a cosmic entity from a realm beyond our understanding, with powers that include shape-shifting, reality manipulation, and the ability to materialize fears into physical form. Its very existence is interwoven with the fabric of fear, drawing strength from the terror of its victims. Pennywise does not simply exist within our world, it manipulates the boundaries of reality itself to ensnare its prey. Chucky, on the other hand, while formidable in his own right, is ultimately bound by the physical limitations of his doll body. His strength lies in his cunning, his unpredictability, and his relentless drive for survival and revenge. However, his power is significantly more localized, operating within the confines of the physical world and human psychology. The sewer setting naturally plays to Pennywise's advantages. It is a domain where Pennywise holds dominion, a place inherently tied to fear and darkness, allowing it to fully exploit its abilities. Chucky, while adaptable and resilient, is out of his element in this battle of psychological and supernatural might. Pennywise's victory is not just a matter of physical superiority but a profound understanding of fear itself. It's able to exploit Chucky's own fears, namely, the fear of obsolescence, of being trapped eternally without purpose or power. Pennywise doesn't just seek to destroy its adversaries physically but aims to conquer and annihilate them on a psychological level, leveraging fears that are deeply personal and existential. The decisive factor in this encounter was not a physical skirmish but a battle of wills and fears. Pennywise's ability to create a personal hell for Chucky, one that mirrors his eternal damnation within a doll's body, showcases a level of control and sadism that Chucky, despite his malevolence, cannot match. The Void, Pennywise's final trap, represents a fate that directly counters Chucky's drive for chaos and violence, a total nullification of his being. Conclusion: in this tournament of enigma, horror clash, the decision to declare Pennywise the victor stems from its nearly godlike ability to manipulate fear and reality, set against Chucky's more grounded and materially confined existence. Pennywise embodies a universal and timeless aspect of horror, the fear of the unknown and the power of the mind to create terrors far surpassing physical harm. Chucky's reliance on physical means to exert his influence ultimately limits his effectiveness against a being that transcends such constraints. This battle was less about physical might and more about the essence of fear itself. Pennywise, as the embodiment of primordial terror, holds a distinct advantage in any confrontation that delves into the psychological and supernatural realms, making it the clear victor in this unique and thrilling clash of horror titans. And so, as the dust settles in the shadowy depths of Derry's sewers, we crown Pennywise the undeniable victor of this round in the Tournament of Enigma, Horror Clash. With its mastery over fear and the macabre, Pennywise has once again demonstrated why it remains one of the most formidable entities in the annals of horror. But, dear viewers, our journey through the domain of darkness and dread does not end here. This battle is one of many, as we continue to pit the titans of terror against each other in clashes that challenge the limits of our imaginations and test the boundaries of our fears. Who will face off next in this grand arena of the arcane and the horrifying? Only time will tell, and the possibilities are as endless as the shadows that stretch beneath the full moon's light. We thank you for joining us on this thrilling expedition into the heart of horror. Your enthusiasm and engagement fuel this macabre tournament, and we look forward to bringing you more matchups, more nightmares, and more heart-pounding encounters in the Tournament of Enigma, Horror Clash. Remember, in the world of horror, the next terror is always just around the corner, waiting for its moment to step into the ring. So, keep your eyes peeled, your lights on, and your curiosity alive as we prepare for the next round of battles that promise to chill, thrill, and spill into the annals of horror legend. Thank you for watching, Scripted by Machines. Until next time, may your dreams be dark and full of terrors.